Tens of thousands of trucks use the A1 every day to move goods around the country. And now, 30 miles north of the road's starting point, a firework display team is preparing for an explosive weekend.
All big boys.
Matt Matthews and Fraser McFarlane are preparing to head 240 miles north on the A1 to Sunderland with over a ton of fireworks in transit.
Let's see what flavour it is. It's a lemon strobe. Yes, they're quite nice. They're nice effects. These aren't for public purchase.
The bigger the show, the bigger the boom, the bigger the bang, the bigger the smile on my face.
And big ones that do go bang and do hold in the sky definitely get a woo from the crowd.
The fireworks will be used in the city's Bonfire Night display.
You just wedge those so they don't roll away.
And ferrying this precious cargo smoothly up the A1 means safety always comes first.
When we're transporting the fireworks, the vehicles that we use have to be to a certain standard. The fireworks are kept secure, so they can't be damaged in transit, and two, they can't be stolen.
They are volatile, so anything explosive is volatile.
Before their journey, every single firework must be checked and waterproofed.
This is what we get our practicing for Christmas for wrapping presents.
You'll never find the ends. Waterproofing is very important. We cannot guarantee it's going to be a nice shiny day. From a weather perspective, high winds can push fireworks in the totally wrong direction that we want them to go in. That is probably one of the highest factors that will stop the display.
But the weather isn't their only concern. Matt and Fraser need to know exactly what they are carrying at any given moment.
This is one of the things that you take with you if you have to evacuate the vehicle. What is down here is net explosive mass.
Mass weight is about a ton. That's a lot.
With all of the checks complete,
that is it.
Matt and Fraser can finally hit the road.
Sunderland, here we come.
After 20 minutes, the pair join the A1 just north of Stevenage. Their job means they're well used to driving along this road, so it's a good job they like it.
North of Newcastle, there's some stunning scenery. The sea is so close to the edge of the A1, and it's absolutely fantastic, really nice up there.
But the forecast for the northeast is strong winds and storms. After hours on the road, could bad weather scupper their plans for the fireworks to go off with a bang? 100 miles north of Doncaster, the A1 nears the Tyne-and-Wear city of Sunderland. Today, plans are underway for a huge fireworks display, but heavy storms are battering the seafront. Organiser Steve Hobbs has travelled up the A1 directly from a rather sunnier south of England.
I set out this morning and I was feeling quite optimistic. I was looking at the blue sky and no clouds, probably about Weatherby I think it was or something, and the clouds started to close in, and unfortunately the old kind of cliche of it being cold and wet in the north seemed to be coming to light. And certainly when I came around the corner here to get to the first sight of the pier and saw the waves crashing over it, I thought I was going to have a challenging day.
Meanwhile, Matt and Fraser have also arrived with their fireworks for tonight's event.
I was expecting it to be nice sunshine and sort of calm winds, but unfortunately we've got high winds and rain, and we've had sleet as well. Not what I was anticipating.
My car felt like it was going to blow over. I just put my boots on. The side of it was going to leak.
The wind caught the van.
If it turns, then we'll just have to pull the plug.
With such rough conditions, Steve must brief the team.
Welcome to Sunderland. This is our firing site. We're not going right out to the end because, as you can see, the water is breaking over it. Obviously, please be very careful. Tarpaulins, bags, toolboxes, cars may blow over the side. We've got to compensate for the wind, so we need some angles this way, I think, to spread the show a bit. They've just told me the forecast for this evening is 37 knots. If it's going to be that strong, I'm not at all sure whether it's going to be worth doing this show. But what I'll probably do is call the organisers to see what they think. All right?
Yeah.
Can I go and get an ice cream?
Of course.
After ferrying 1 ton of fireworks on the A1 for hours, Matt and Fraser are keen to put on a display, rain or shine. But organiser Steve is still worried that tonight could be a washout.
The biggest fear I've got is that if we get the water breaking over the side of the breakwater, and you can see it's pretty high on the side there, we really don't want the electrics of the show to be doused in salt water, because that will obviously cause us problems.
I'm extremely cold, but I'm still dry. Still dry.
Me, I'm drenched. I can feel it. I'm soaked.
But then the bad weather closes in. Steve's concerns are growing, so he calls head office for a second opinion.
As it stands as a show, worst case, we can't fire it. We don't even think we can set it up.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, we'll have to pull the big ones out, but we will also need to lock the time of the show.
That's helpful, Reno, thanks, yeah. What Reno suggested, which is a good compromise, is the possibility that we cut the show back, take the shells out, because they're the high-flying effects which will take off most in the wind, which that would allow us to come closer inshore, because it's smaller effects. I've never had to pull a show before, but I've rigged in some pretty bad conditions, but I think this is the worst I've ever seen. There's no point doing an unsatisfactory show to 2 guys and a dog standing on the beach at 9 o'clock at night.
If conditions don't improve, Steve could be forced to pull the plug. Could Matt and Fraser's great journey have been for nothing? 100 miles north of Doncaster in Sunderland, the city's annual firework display is in jeopardy. Following a 240-mile trip up the A1 from Luton to Sunderland, Steve Hobbs and his team of experts are battling torrential rain to stage one of the biggest fireworks shows in the north of England. But the weather could mean the whole event is called off.
These are probably the hardest conditions I've done a show in. Waves are crashing over, wind, yeah, it's been a challenge.
But despite the conditions, the organisers have now told Steve they want to carry on regardless.
I'm not really surprised they want to push ahead. I mean, they've invested in a big event. It's a big deal to suddenly say, hey, we can't go ahead. I mean, it's pretty rare for people to pull the plug on something at such a short notice. I mean, there's a bit of me that almost wishes they did, because they were stuck out in the pouring rain, but hopefully it will really all go off as intended.
And finally, despite the high winds and lashing rain, the team have done it. And there's even time to spare for a quick brew.
Santé.
Small amount of rugged. Cheers, everyone.
When this is made into a film,
Yeah.
I want to be played by Russell Crowe.
All they need now are some spectators.
I have absolutely no idea how many people might turn up. So far, my sample of one person in the cafe said she wasn't going to stay to watch us.
It's 9:15, and despite the rain, the crowds begin to gather. And Steve has new concerns.
I don't know what's going to happen when we push the buttons. You know, we've had seawater breaking over some of the positions that we've rigged, and so there's a risk that some stuff won't fire. I think for all of us it's been a challenging exercise, so let's hope we can bring it to a close successfully.
With the crowds expecting to be blown away, it's the moment of truth.
Box on. Let's have the box armed. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Q2, go!
After a long journey north and facing the worst possible weather, it's a great outcome as the skies over Sunderland are on fire.
Everybody's worked really, really hard today. and we're one happy bunch.
Stand by Q3 and go! I heard some cheering. I'm not sure if it was the crew or the audience.
For how much effort we put in, for what we've had to tolerate today, that was spot on. That was teamwork, and it was absolutely perfect.
Tomorrow, the team will head back on the A1 again to the south. For now, their work is done.
Once we're packed up, we're off down to a hotel, and we will get showered, we will get dried, and if the bar's open, we may have a little celebration, who knows.